Trump promised to lower your grocery prices. Your cart just got 20% more expensive. Someone's lying, and it's not you. In 2026, the average American family will pay $1,500 more for the exact same groceries they bought last year. Coffee up 20%, ground beef up 15%, eggs still up 16% even after falling. This isn't inflation, this is a heist. Here's the first bombshell. Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminum didn't just hit factories. They hit your kitchen. Steel cans are up 16% in 1 year. That peanut butter and jelly sandwich your kid takes to school? 6% more expensive because of tariffs on aluminum, packaging, and imported ingredients. Analysts warn the real impact hits mid to late 2026, when the 12 to 18-month lag from tariffs finally reaches grocery shelves. You haven't felt the worst yet. Connect the pattern. Tariffs function as a hidden tax on you, not foreign countries. When Trump slapped 50% tariffs on imported foods like Brazilian coffee and bananas, grocery stores didn't absorb the cost. You did. Coffee prices jumped 20% in December alone. Bananas, which the U.S. can barely grow domestically, saw prices spike until Trump quietly exempted them in November. The damage was already done. But here's what the media won't tell you. While you're paying more, grocery CEOs are celebrating record profits. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon pocketed $27.4 million in 2024 while forcing price increases on customers. Kroger's former CEO Rodney McMullen earned $15.6 million the same year he told investors that a little bit of inflation is always good for our business. That's not a CEO worried about your bills. That's a CEO counting his bonus. Here's the second revelation. Grocery chains operate with profit margins at 20-year highs because they control the entire supply chain. Kroger and Albertsons together would dominate the market if their $24.6 billion merger goes through. 4 companies already control more than half the market for 80% of groceries. When there's no competition, they don't need to lower prices. They just need to coordinate a wink and a nod. The tariff lag is the perfect cover. Manufacturers held off passing costs to you in 2025 because they were stockpiling inventory and hoping tariffs would reverse. Now those stockpiles are gone. Businesses can't absorb the cost anymore, and starting in 2026, they're dumping it all on your cart. Grocers with thin profit margins, like the ones selling you milk and bread, are the first to raise prices because they have zero cushion. Project this into your reality. Goldman Sachs estimates tariffs added 0.5 percentage point to inflation in 2025. In just the first 6 months of 2026, they project another 0.3 point increase. That's not theoretical. That's your rent, your gas, and your groceries all moving in one direction, up. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell admitted Trump's tariffs are responsible for inflation staying above the 2% target. It's at 3.2% now, and climbing. But the real scam is this. Corporations are using tariffs as an excuse to raise prices beyond what the tariffs actually cost. Analysts call it opportunistic pricing or greedflation. Chipotle's CEO bragged on earnings calls that consumers aren't reacting to price hikes, so they keep raising them. Constellation Brands, which owns Corona and Modelo, said they want to take as much as we can from their primarily Hispanic customer base. These aren't market forces. This is extraction. While Doug McMillon made $27 million, the median Walmart employee earned $37,000. That's a pay ratio of 933 to 1 when you include stock compensation. Walmart increased profits by $163 million from 2022 to 2023, totaling over $13.6 billion. You're not sharing in that wealth. You're funding it with every overpriced can of beans. Here's What happens next? The Supreme Court is hearing a case that could invalidate Trump's tariffs and force refunds to businesses. But even if tariffs disappear tomorrow, prices won't drop. History proves it. When costs fall, corporations keep prices high to extract a little bit more profit margin while they still can. You paid the increase. They pocket the difference. That's the game. So what's your strategy when the system is designed to bleed you dry? Stop waiting for prices to normalize. They won't. The old playbook of clipping coupons and buying generic isn't enough when the entire supply chain is rigged. You need to understand the heist before you can avoid it. Buy in bulk when tariffs pause. Switch to discount chains that operate on thinner margins. Grow what you can. Trade with neighbors. Build systems outside their control. If your grocery bill jumped 20% this year, you're not imagining it. You're the target. We're tracking every price hike, every CEO bonus, and every quiet tariff adjustment before the next wave crushes your budget. Subscribe to see the exits before your cart costs $2,000. Comment below. How much more are you paying for groceries this year? Let's expose the pattern they're hiding. The grocery heist is the silent wealth transfer of 2026. Most families won't realize they've been robbed until their savings are gone. The CEOs already cashed out. Now it's your move.